In today's society, autism and autism spectrum disorders are being diagnosed at a very alarming rate. According to Merriam-Falco, 1 in every 110 children are being diagnosed with these disorders. These children are in the school system and are in dire need of special education and consistent behavioral modifications. As a parent of an autistic child, I am aware of the special needs that are required in order for these children to get the proper education and the proper accommodations that they need in the school system. The purpose of this lecture is to let you all know of the behaviors that some of these children are faced with this type of disability. Also, to make you aware of the accommodations that are mandated by law and need the further research. During the minutes that will follow, I will discuss what autism is and the behaviors many of these children display, the importance of an IEP in addressing the special needs of the children with disabilities, the importance of continuing research on the educational needs of children with disabilities. Autism is an abnormal absorption with self marked by communication disorders and short attention span and inability to treat others as people. There are different levels of autism spectrum disorder. Some of these are children that are verbal or very high functioning in autism. Some of these children are nonverbal. They are considered to have low functioning autism. These children do not know how to interact socially, therefore it makes it harder for them in general education environment and harder to communicate with their peers. Many high-functioning autistic children are very intelligent in many areas, however they struggle in other areas. They may seem to not be intelligent because of the behaviors that are part of their disorder and their short attention span. In a classroom, these children may be classified as children that are behavioral issue children, but yet and still they are very bright in their academic skills. Autistic children require special needs and modifications, and their education is very important as it is with any child with special needs. An IEP, which is an individualized education plan, is put into place for the child with special needs to ensure they are given the correct modifications to help them to be successful in education success. For a child with autism or other special needs, the IEP can bring about modifications for the child when behavior issues arise, and the child may need to be removed from the classroom in order to give them time to calm down. Also, this would allow for the child to have some one-on-one time with a teacher in order to make sure that their work is organized and give them extra time to help with the subjects they're struggling with. Because of some of the behaviors these children display, there could be modifications put into the IEP for a behavior specialist. Specialists would work with them not only to help them in mainstream classroom, but to also assist them in transition from one classroom to another. The behavior specialist can also help the child to learn new strategies in dealing with the educational setting around them. The continuing of research of the needs of children with special needs is very important in a fast-paced society. Educators need to be very aware of behaviors and signs that may be displayed. Educators need to be aware of not only the signs of autism, but of ADHD, bipolar, or even schizophrenia. These are all disabilities. Society has changed tremendously over the years with the research and the different techniques that can be applied today. Children are not isolated from the general public. They are now mainstreamed into the general education classroom. Children with special needs benefit being integrated into general education classroom with their own peers. With continued research, children with special needs will continue not to only be successful in the classroom, but also in society itself. As you can see, autism is a recurring problem in today's society. The purpose of this lecture is to show you all that there are many children in the world today that are faced with these disabilities. Now, a child with disabilities with the autism spectrum disorder or autism will have quirky behaviors, and some of them may be, this is what you find, this is 2 little rocks, and this is things that you find in their pockets when they come home from school every day, or this car that they carry around. And the reason they carry this car around is because they do repetitive actions like this, back and forth, back and forth. So with this car and them being able to push that car back and forth as a repetitive action, that is part of their disorder. Thank you all, and thank you, and I hope y'all gained something from this lecture.